As a cardiologist, I always recommend that my patients stay away from four groups of food. Number one, pastries, donuts, cakes. They all have very high trans fat. They also have tremendous amount of carbohydrates and sugar. And the combination is very harmful to your health. Now, once in a blue moon, if you crave a little bit, it's okay. But to have that on a daily basis or even weekly basis, it's too much. Even if you're not diabetic, even if you're not a heart patient, if you don't have heart disease, you're not diabetic, you should still stay away from excessive carbs, which obviously include pastries, donuts, cakes. Again, because they have a lot of trans fats, they have a lot of saturated fat, they also have a lot of unwanted carbs that can both increase your risk of future cardiovascular disease. Number two, sodas. Sodas are really detrimental to your health. Once in a while, it's okay to drink some, but any type of sodas, they have a lot of sugar. The ones that are diet obviously have a lot of chemicals, which we don't know the long-term side effects in terms of cancer or other problems. So try to substitute water, carbonated water, instead of sodas. Sodas are not good for you. Number three, processed chips and crackers. So I'm against any processed food, but specifically processed chips. Chips have not only a lot of fat, a lot of trans fat, a lot of partially hydrogenated fats, which are not good for you, but they also have a tremendous amount of salt in them, which obviously is not great, especially if you have high blood pressure or if your blood pressure is on the higher side. They also have a lot of chemicals in them, hence processed food, which again make it even more toxic to your health. And then the fourth group of food that I recommend people stay away from are processed meat. There was a big study that came out approximately 6 months ago that showed that people who consume a lot of processed meat are at high risk of both cancer and stroke. Now, other studies prior to that had shown that processed meat can also increase your risk of cardiovascular disease. So, in general, I'm against red meat. If you read my book, I have a whole chapter on that why red meat is worse than white meat and people should avoid red meat. To make it worse, processed meat is even worse. In general, processed meat or anything processed is not good, but specifically processed red meat is the worst thing you can do to your health.